lovely morning as I welcome you all to today's paper review on BGI TV Current. My name is Ige Olalikon and today 27th of July 2023. I want you to sit tight as we take you through the dailies for this morning.
Good morning.
Over to you.
Good morning, beautiful people, and I'm wishing you a very good day ahead. And today seems to be the 27th day in the month of July 2023. It's going to be a smooth ride, as especially that we have beautiful stories from the riders on newspapers headlines today. It's a program, newspaper headline from BGI TV coverage. My name remains Morire Rabila Lawal. Welcome on board this morning with interesting package as we've prepared that for you. How are you, Ige?
Well, I'm fine. Morire, based on the current issues in the country, what is your take on the issue of the price hike, and what did you observe about the motorists and the people?
Nothing has changed really. We're still experiencing the hike in prices of everything, and it's just a matter of time that even the president has said that people should just give him time to normalize things, and we're expecting that there is going to be a relief and succor and resolutions to so many things, which is eating up and telling on the people in the country. And per se, the moment the fuel price is reduced drastically, definitely the Nigerian economy will grow and will have a normal price or normalcy at prices of everything, because the market women too are yarning, they are complaining, and all of this stuff's happening around us. Everything, I believe, with time, we're going to enjoy it again.
Well, I also believe that, as time goes on and after the confirmation of the ministerial list, I hope there will be light at the end of the tunnel. From my end this morning, I have the Nigerian Tribune and at the same time the Vanguard. And from the Nigerian Tribune, I have this from the masthead: Federal Varsity remains tuition-free, presidency. Then I also have CBN direct bank to lift ban on ABDF's 439 other accounts. And the other one, National Chairman, APC Northwest, endorsed Ganduje. And from the bold news headline from the Nigerian Tribune, I have Tinubu pled for more time as NLC TUC insists on strike. While from the Vanguard, Nweke, Edun, Oyetola, El-Rufai, others on Tinubu's ministerial list.
On my front paper, which is the Punch regularly, the first rider from the top left is National Assembly to unveil ministerial list today, coming from Akpabio's aide. The next one, IPOB, Senate to work for Ekpa's extradition, cues pro Kanu motion. And to the top right, APC crisis deepens as Lukman resigns, blames presidents. And the bold rider, Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strike notice. And another one from the beneath of the very bold rider on the Punch newspaper, it's written: Niger president supporters protest. AU, ECOWAS condemn coup plot. Another one again from Lagos State, mass burial. Hashtag NSAS coalition demands DNA mapping compensation. Okay, the next one, Daredevil daylight robbers return to Lagos streets. And the last rider on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, Musa, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa, why I sell fuel at 580 naira per litre.
Well, I think I'll be interested in that story as time goes on. Now, let me quickly take you through this from the Vanguard newspaper. Nweke, Edun, Oyetola, El-Rufai, Adelabu, others on Tinubu's ministerial list. Barring any last-minute change, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will today send a list of ministerial nominees to the Senate for screening and confirmation. Top on the list for screening are the immediate past Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, current Special Advisor on Special Duties, Communication and Strategy, Dele Alake, former governor of Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola, Wale Edun, and immediate past governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, Adebayo Adelabu, Beth Edu. Name will be submitted today. Adelabu was the former deputy governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, while Edu was commissioner for health in Cross River State and national women leaders of APC. Morire, what is your take on that? Some names have been mentioned that are part of the ministerial list, and I think there will be a confirmation on that this week.
Yes, the truth about the ministerial list is that it's unknown to anyone now, except if one is in the Senate. And the person who initiated the news was Akpabio's aide, who talked about that this week, verily, or today, the ministerial list will be unleashed to people for people to see the next ministers that will be working with the president. So I do not have any name per se, but also we should be expecting some of the outgone or immediate past governors and people we know are capable that could fit in the ministerial positions are the names I'm expecting from the list.
But don't you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should look for fresh hands? Because if you look at some of the names I just mentioned now, those are still part of people that have been in the circle of government for a while.
Even if the fresh hands are picked, definitely their wealth of experience definitely need to be considered. So until the list is out before we can talk about it, because today is the D-Day for the ministerial list to be printed out for people to get to know the ministers that will be working with the president. So already their job is completed, it's just for them to read out the names, so to say.
Okay, let me take you through this. We have this also from Vanguard newspaper. From the Nigerian Tribune, I have this. Federal varsity remains tuition-free. Presidency. It's deceptive to say Nigerian-run tuition-free university, and that is according to NAS. What is your take on that?
Federal universities are owned by federal governments. If federal government is increasing any fee, the federal government will be the one to direct such policy. And if any federal government-owned institution is increasing, they will surely tell you they have a reason why they are increasing the tuition fee of their institution. And I see no reason why federal schools or any tertiary institution should increase their fees based on the hardship already going through with the Nigerians and the way Nigerians are going through the hardship from all angles when it comes to you transporting yourself from one region to the other, or you leaving the house in the morning and returning at evening or night. The way we used to spend on transportation before compared to what we are spending now, it's on the high side. So that's my take.
Now, if you look at the current price hike of fuel in the country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently has been, appealing to the NUC and the TUC Congress to just give him some time. Let me take you through this Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu begs for more time to address labor grievances. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appealed to the organized labor to give him more time to look into their grievances rather than embark on industrial action. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, disclosed this after leading member of his leadership to brief the President on the outcome of their engagement with the National Association of Residential Doctors, which has declared a nationwide strike action. Abbas told correspondents after the Villas meeting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu pleaded that he is new in office and needs time to evaluate the issues that are being raised by workers, over which he is yet to be briefed. Morire, your take on that?
Yes, he needs to be given time for him to implement his own policies and tackle whatever has been been the causes of issues within the country, because he's now up to 60 days in office. So if he's pleading, we should all adhere and accept his pleas and see the changes we're expecting from him as a president. And the first writer with me on the Punch newspaper, Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strike notice. And the body of the story, President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday in Abuja appealed to the organized labor to avail him more time to consider their grievances before embarking on any nationwide strike. This is just an indication, a mark that the federal government may enforce the court order restraining the organized labor from embarking on a strike over the withdrawal of fuel subsidy in May, should the Nigerian Labour Congress make good its threats on August 2nd. This is coming from the Punch newspaper, where the president, with the writer, Tinubu pleads for more time as NLC issues strike notice. And another interesting one again from the Punch newspaper is coming from a footballer with good leadership skills. Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa says he reduced the price of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, at his fuel station, A7 in Kanu, to help alleviate the hardship on Nigerians occasioned by the hike in the price of the petroleum product. Musa announced the reduction from 620 naira to 580 naira per litre via his Twitter handle on Monday. These are the good things we're expecting from Nigerians to do. Majority of these oil marketers and the independent oil marketers in Nigeria, and those cabals who owns almost 20 filling stations across the nation, or 10 filling stations, or some people even owning refineries outside the country, they should follow the step of Ahmed Musa, who reduces the price from 620 to 580. At least it's going to bring a relief to the Kanu residents to understand the fact that, yes, if I cannot share cash to everyone in Kanu State, where he comes from, definitely he should try from his own possible ways of alleviating poverty, hardship from citizens in the state. So how can you describe the act of Ahmed Musa?
Well, it's a good and a positive and exemplary person for him to take such step, and I think I really commended him for that, because when you look at it, in one way or the other, he has been able to impact the life of people positively. And such is also expected from other dignitaries and personalities in the country, of which, in order to cushion the effects of this pain and suffering from the people, government also needs to look into this to see how they can come up with good things that will make the people smile.
Absolutely. The next writer again from my side is coming from the ministerial list drama. National Assembly to unveil ministerial list today, Akpabio's aide. A media aide to the Senate President, Jackson Akpabio, has stated that the authentic ministerial list of President Bola Tinubu will be unveiled today. He urged Nigerians to stop speculating and wait for the unveiling of the nominees. Commenting on the list, he said, "I saw the list too, just like every other person did. Let's wait till tomorrow, which is today. Don't speculate tomorrow, which is today. You will see the list." Also, there were speculations over the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and the Deputy Senate President, Jibrin Barau's early departure from the Senate building on Wednesday. Nigerians are tired of listening to news that carries a ministerial list or no ministerial list. No matter the speculations on the tongues of Nigerians, definitely these people at the ends of affairs as regards the ministerial list already have idea of whose name is included on the list. So
now,
that's my own.
Moriri, recently there was a show of shame at the court when the DSS and the prison officials had a kind of a tussle on the case that was presided over the former governor of the CBN. Like from the Nigerian Tribune, I have this. Emefiele, DSS to probe scuffles with prison officials. NBA condemn altercation, seeks punishment for officers. What is your take on what happened at the court on that day?
Truth be told that the two agencies the two government agencies lacks their primary understanding of what they carry. And secondly, it shouldn't have been in that, it shouldn't have been like that, rather. The DSS are claiming that before the court started, the suspended CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, was at their facility and that they should return him to the facility after the court. I wouldn't know if there is any constitutional right that backs it that whoever the DSS brought to courtroom, they still have the authority to returning him to their facility. But on the ruling that very day in court, it happens that the justice at the Federal High Court in Lagos declared through a statement or his statement that Emefiele should be remanded at the Ikoyi prison, that's the correctional center at Ikoyi, and the DSS felt they are not fine with that decision. So they, out of patience, out of professionalism, out of their regular trademark, the way they abused the High Court in Abuja as regards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who the courts has ruled that it should be released immediately, and it's still in the facility of the DSS. I see no reason why they that scene should have been created or should have come to reality, because it is a slap on both agencies, the Nigeria Prison Service and the Nigeria Correctional Service and the DSS. DSS used to be a name in this country with regard and honor, with diligence. And whenever you hear the name DSS, you have this feelings within you that these are the professional secrets police personnel in this country. We used to think that DSS and SSS only goes with the likes of the presidents, the governors, not knowing that they operate freely around state these days. The way they go about their businesses as normal police is that the way we see them around. It's not supposed to be. They should be regarded the way they should remain regarded the way they were in the country before now. What really happened in the courts should have been avoided if truly they understand their duties.
Now, looking at the way the world is going, the world has been progressive. The countries across the globe have been, looking forward to different, diverse ways of, being engaged with a democratic process that will bring succor to their people. There was a report yesterday that in Niger Republic there was an attempted coup, of which the world leaders has also been condemning it. If you look at it from the Nigerian Tribune, we have this: attempted coup in Niger Republic, unacceptable, and that's according to Tinubu. Send ECOWAS mission to Niamey. Murire, what do you think would have led to that coup plan or plot?
I cannot think about what would have led to that. Rather, maybe there has been a tussle between the presidents of the country and some other or differences between the existing presidents and those rebels. Because for any coup to be executed in a country, definitely there has been a growing tension between opposition, who tend to use the military against the existing president. But I think they've succeeded in arresting the presidents at the presidential palace and locking up most of the working ministers that were found at the palace, and they've truly overthrown the governments in that country. But truly, the ECOWAS will still agitate and yearn against such acts, because I see no reason why we should be experiencing coup in the days of democracy in Africa. But I have no deep knowledge about what would have happened or what led to the coup or how the rebels were able to penetrate their entrance to the extent that they seized every government officials in in the country. Because as at yesterday, when I ran onto a story, I got to see that Niamey, the capital of Niger, was going smoothly. There was nothing like trouble or worries or riots in Niamey. But the very place is that the presidential palace is under siege by rebels. Okay. And Tinubu has mentioned or talked about what is expected as the ECOWAS chairman or president. He needs to act as the head, and he has talked about it by sending, from another story, by sending the president Talon of Benin Republic to Niger to making sure that the coup is not actualized. But I wouldn't know the situation of things right now, except what the newspaper headlines carries onto it this morning.
In case you are just joining us, this is BGI TV Current, and I believe that you are enjoying the robust discussion in the house. For more details on our programs, you can join us on BGI TV Current. You subscribe and you also like us and follow us on our pages. Now, Muriri, I have this for you. Now, there has been a lot of issues, instruction, and the case of the Southeast crisis that led to the sit-at-home order given by Sam Ekpa and the rest of it like that. But recently from the Vanguard newspaper, I saw this report this morning. Senate demands Ekpa's extradition as Ohane is a move against the Kibo. The Kibo has been, saying some things. The Kibo has been saying some things against, the rascality of Samuel Ekpa and the rest of it, of Simeon Ekpa. So what is your take on that?
Yes, if the Igbo Sociocultural Group, which is the Apex Group, or others in Igbo, and other forces are demanding the arrest of Samuel Ekpa, it is high time. I see no reason why someone will be far away Finland and ordering some illicit activities. If he doesn't know, he should know today that he himself is a son from the Southeast. And his orders, his policies are killing, or is killing, the economic strength and growth of his own people. All of the Southeast, Abia, Enugu, Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, and I don't know if we have another state again as regards the southeastern part. Any southeastern part which goes with the sit-at-home order by Simon Ekpa. Several times we've had the IPOB in person of their spokesperson, something Ejimako, that he kept saying, and even with the Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Ohanes Ndibo, saying that they are not with Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is a separatist, and a very desperate separatist. You are fine, living good, living well, far away Finland, and you are importing guns, ammunitions to Nigeria, to your people, because they are trained soldiers and rugged soldiers. Who are they enforcing all of these laws onto, if not their people? It's barbaric and laughable. It's just like when you say Kokorotonja for Ide for Loa. It's so barbaric, it's so unethical. It's not even normal. You are asking your brothers to carry guns against their own people when you are living in the palace at Finland, because you are finished by passport. It's not done, it's not normal. In the whole of the world at large, the world deserves to be a smiling globe, a happy globe, with good MOUs, working policies than all of these killings and nonsense. It's not a good thing at all, for my own take.
Now, recently the resident doctors have been, having a kind of negotiation with the federal government, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But I looked at it that if the resident doctors should go on strike, what will happen to the patients in the hospital? And I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to fast-track his decision by appointing the ministers, of which will also help in coordinating the various ministries to see a positive result coming up from those quarters. Like from the Vanguard newspaper, I have this. Patients stranded as resident doctors begin strike. Moriri, do you think the strike is needful?
The strike is needful because they are fathers and parents of some people in school. And when they don't pay school fees, they tend to pursue their kids out of school. The strike is needful when these people cannot afford to buy fuel into their vehicles. This strike is needful when they fail to get incentives at when due. The strike is needful when their salaries are not increased. The strike is needful when they agitate on things which are constitutional rights and the government fails to do so. The strike is needful when you had this meeting with this same association and you fail to implement the agreement. The strike is needful when the country is going through the barbaric experiences and hardship that we are going through. I laugh sometimes without a smile on my face when we hear patients crying here and there that doctors are on strike because they are not paid by the federal government. Have we ever heard that lawmakers went on strike? Or ministers went on strike? Or senators went on strike? What is the problem of this country? Is it a cause to Nigerian leaders and government that we must have an issue before they can do the needful to us? Is it àyànmọ́ Nigerians wípé a gbọ́dọ̀ sunkún kó tó di pé a róúnjẹ jẹ bó ṣe ká ṣe róúnjẹ jẹ? Ṣé èpè ni wípé ó dìgbà tí àwọn kan bá kú kó tó di pé ìjọba ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ lórí àwọn aráàlú? Is it by birth as a country, Nigeria, that nothing should work normally in this country? Is it a cause for our government from state level to federal level that until something assiduous, something abnormal happen to young enterprising Nigerians before we get help, our constitutional human rights? Fela sang a song that you are not supposed to tell me my rights. So far I'm a citizen of Nigeria, I know my rights myself. I've forgotten the lines of the song. I would have sang the song. You know, it is high time we understand the fact that they should stop deceiving themselves, because they are a bunch of old men with abnormal recycling thinking faculty. How can you tell me that former governors have a space of their names on the ministerial list that we are waiting for today? It is not encouraging. Teachers are supposed to have the best salary so far. All of these leaders, from the likes of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, they all enjoyed what Nigeria was then. What stop it now? Former president of the Federation, Olusegun Obasanjo said many Nigerian leaders have shallow strength in governance. Who is their father? If not him. Something Agagu or Shegun from Ondo State was talking. I was just feeling amazed. Do they even think before they talk? Someone will steal 100 naira and the federal court will say, go and pay 1 kobo. Is it hearable? Imagine the one of fools of themselves because they remain enemies within. Young Nigerians, average Nigerians are trying to make the country going further, going forward. They are the one dragging this country backward because of their selfishness. Imagine the one of the aides to Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. When I read the news, the last name of the aide happens to be Akpabio. Is it a must? Is it a family business? Former President Olusegun Obasanjo talking that yes, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. Your talento bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan tó affect Nigeria lẹ́nu. Eka bara wa sọ̀tọ̀rọ̀. Ó tọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ wọn pààyàn lẹ́rìn. Ó tó pààyàn lẹ́rìn náà lẹ́nu tiwọn. Àtàwọn àgbààgbà míì. Nígbà táwọn Fúlàní ń pa àwọn Yorùbá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kí ni bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ rí sọ? Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pani lẹ́rìn but kò kàn sí smile lójú mi nítorí pressure ti wà. It is barbaric. Imagine again now, another writer from the Punch newspaper says that day robbery is coming up again in Lagos. When boys are tired of all of these unexpected frustrations, who is not corrupt among them? The first one, former president said, Olusegun Obasanjo, was that the 25th presidential election in Nigeria was rigged. Election to gbà wọ́n wọlé, kí ló ṣe? Ọmọ wọn tó tún gbé wọlé, late Yaradua, rest in peace. Kí ló sọ? Olóhùn mọ̀ pé yes, election tó gbóhùn wọlé, result election tó gbóhùn wọlé pé wọ́n rig ẹ̀ ní. Kò sí free and fair nínú ẹ̀. So eléyìí wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ló ń yan ọmọ Igbo gẹ́gẹ́ bí candidate tí yín ẹ̀dẹ̀pẹ̀ ayé ní bàbá àwọn Yorùbá. Is it normal? Nigerians should stop disturbing themselves with any of what our leaders are doing because they are the enemies within. Àwọn gbọ́gbọ́gbọ́ ní kòkòrò tó ń jẹ̀fọ́ tó ń dẹ̀ka gbádùn ẹ̀fọ́ mọ́. Let us go through our daily activities. Èyí tó bá lè ṣe ni kò ṣe níwọ̀nba.
Like the song we used to sing when we were in primary school, do your best
and leave the rest. Nigeria remains a country whereby no matter how much talk we talk from now till Jesus Christ comes, my brother, policy action. The only action you will experience and policy you experience is what will favor them. I rest my case. From this time, I think from the back end, we are being told that we are running out of time and probably we should just call it a wrap. And like you were not around yesterday, I actually said so so we want to say big thank you to everyone who have joined us, and let us wish our Super Falcons a victory, even if it is 1-0 against the Australia ladies today, and possibly we have good things coming out from the president part when he said we should give him time. We should not experience a fire brigade joy and happiness from here. Truly, things were worsened during the days of former President Muhammadu Buhari, which to me is still the worst experience of administration in the history of the country so far. From my own side, I'd like to say please kindly watch our program on YouTube, BGI TV Correct. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcast. Thank you for watching. I love you all. My name is Morire Rabila Lawal.
And it has been a wonderful time with all our viewers around the world. My name remains Ige or Lalekon. If you enjoyed this edition, kindly join us next week for another special edition. Say bye-bye to you all. You have a nice day.